Hello again, everyone. You tuned in to Douglas Island YouTube channel again with yours truly. Anyway, you're wondering, what does a double-sided Case Logic cassette holder have to do with a YouTube video? This is a probably a two-part video showcasing my cassette collection, or really what's in rotation right now. Starting with Aretha Franklin, 30 Greatest Hits. The only Beach Boys tape I own, Beach Boys, Made in the USA. Wrong one. Bee Gees, Gold. It's focuses on their 60s and early 70s material. If I can't get the focus right for some reason. Pause your screen if you want to see the song titles. I misspelled "Lonely Days" on the back of the insert. They spell it correctly on the cassette. Next up, the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And one I've really never seen on cassette until I bought this at the thrift store months ago. Beatles 1. Comes in a very unique case. Another double-length cassette for you. Billy Joel, Greatest Hits 1 and 2. Watch your screen if you want to see the track listing here. Specially priced, 2-record set on 1 cassette. Whole bunch of budget label cassettes in here as well, but they're actually pretty good. B.J. Thomas's 16 Greatest Hits on Highland Music and the Deluxe Records subsidiary. Here are the songs right here. Got an original 1987 press right there. Right here, the Bobby Darin story. Includes most of his big hits right here. Up to Lazy River. Bread. Anthology of Bread. Bought this at a thrift store years and years ago, and I still have it. One I have on LP, but was only able to find on cassette about a year or two ago. The Byrds' Greatest Hits. One I found at a yard sale like 3 or 4 years ago, and I still have. Del Shannon, Super 10. There's the songs right there. The cassette looks like this because I have a few others like it as well. The pressure pads on these and the shells tend to become defective, so sometimes I had to use a shell out of a cassette I don't care for, and put the tape in there. It is going to take forever. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Greatest Hits, Volume 1. Elton John's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Wish I could find the first one, but this is really good as well. Elvis Presley, 50 Years, 50 Hits. These got these two at a yard sale, but I paid, I think, $6 for the 3 LP version of this at a Goodwill a few years ago. I also have that. This was a thrift store find. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits on Warner Brothers. Here's one I've always loved. Gene Pitney, 20 Greatest Hits. I bought this first at a version of this at Rose's for like $5 years ago, brand new. That's pretty much a reissue of this album right here on Black Tulip. James Taylor's greatest hits. Janis Joplin's greatest hits. Jim Croce, Photographs and Memories, his greatest hits. I actually bought this at an antique store like many years ago now. There's the song listing right there. Pause your screen if you want to see that. The Johnny Cash Collection, Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Thrift store find. Pause your screen if you want to see. It's hard doing it with one hand on trying to pluck cassettes out and holding the camera in another. Johnny Mathis all-time greatest hits. So yeah, double-length cassette. Another Highland music cassette. This time on their Hollywood imprint. The Great Mel Tillis. Has all of his earlier stuff on it. In one collection here. Neil Diamond Classics, the early years on the Best of Times reissue series. Another Neil Diamond. 20th Century Masters, the very best of Neil Diamond, the Millennium Collection. Has all his sides for Uni Records. I should grab the right one here. The Platters Golden Hits. This was a recent thrift store find, like earlier in the week. And they're all from Mercury Records, despite being issued by Masters International. Temptations' Greatest Hits, a Motown cassette classic. One I actually bought a couple of years ago, but I also had growing up as a kid. Three Dog Night, the best of Three Dog Night. Very short compilation compiled by Steve Hoffman. Glad I found that one. Here's one that I've always had in rotation. U2, The Joshua Tree. Thrift store find. And finally, one I bought online that I've been wanting to buy for some time. It's The Fifth Dimension, entitled 16 Greats. It collects most of their later material, rather. Pardon me. From some of their live shows from the late 60s through the early 70s, and some studio cuts that were never officially issued on any album. Well, that's part 1 of my cassette collection. Stay tuned for part 2. Till then, see you guys later. Have a great day. Love you.